Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Yolanda coming at you on a Wednesday. I'm so glad that today is April the 1st. Because it seemed like March took forever. Like it seemed like we was in March a long time. I guess it's because with all the different stuff that's going on that's in the world or whatever, different things that we're not agreeing with or that we should be agreeing with or whatever the case may be. So as you all know, I'm a truck driver and I go from state to state and I deliver different I'm sorry, try to fix my camera here. I deliver different medical equipment to different places, like, hospitals and stuff like that. So with that being said, today I had to come to Florida, which is like the Alabama and Florida line on 10. So when I get there, of course, trucks usually have to go through the weigh station. The first one, the agriculture station, it was closed, and it was telling everybody to get in the left-hand lane. So when I got in the left-hand lane, then I seen the sign up that says checkpoint. I was like, what in the world is a checkpoint? So I done heard different things about they're doing, checkpoints and stuff, going from state to state and stuff like that. But I noticed that the cars were going through the weigh station too. So, that posed me. So I said, okay, this is what they're really doing. So what it is like the semi trucks and stuff are being able to pass through, but cars and stuff, they having to go through on the scale on the weigh station on that side. Then they have like all kind of state troopers and police on the right hand side. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Like they're really serious about the point that you're do not travel unless it's essential. Like you have to have a written, like a letter saying that what are you doing that's essential. With that being said, like I know that we can't go by the different laws that we're not going by the laws of the land, we're going by the laws of man. With that being said, we have to follow these laws. So if they're telling you that you have to stay home, stay home. There's no use to you wasting your time, your money, your energy trying to fuss and, cause ruckus with these police officers, these different people. They're human just like we are. Whatever that they tell us that we have to do, that's what we have to do. If they tell the truck drivers or, anything else, hey, I don't like giving up my money that I don't work hard for free. So, listen, I'll stay at the house. It doesn't bother me. And I understand that people are trying to make ends meet and stuff like that or whatever. That's when you go to the point of you connecting with your family members and stuff and the social distancing stuff. Follow the cdc.gov to be able to find out different things. Don't go by what you done heard from somebody else. You look that stuff up and you find out if it's a fact for yourself. Because the simple fact is you might run into a situation like this when you come from one state to another, and then they having you to pull over and then you don't have no letter, then you going to jail or getting a fine and stuff like that. That's not even worth it. Then that calls into the point that how a lot of people they always blame the police officers for a lot of disruptive stuff that's going on against different colors and stuff like that. At this point in time, it has nothing. I don't think this virus is picking out different colors to get on to different people. See, like people got to pay attention to a lot of different stuff. And realistically, this can kill you, me, anybody, or whatever the case may be. So and I noticed a lot of pollen that's in the air, especially in Florida, or whatever the case may be. Just stay home, because all we're doing is just passing germs back and forth or whatever, and it's not helpful to anybody. With that being said, like yesterday, my mom, no, she told me today. I didn't talk to her yesterday, but a brief minute. And today she told me, she said it was this old lady. She went to the dollar store to go get whatever that she needed to get from the store. And the lady told her, my mom didn't have a mask on. And so my mom said, why are you asking me, did I have a mask on? She said, the older lady told her, say, hey, listen, I'm already sick or whatever the case may be. So I don't understand why you don't have a mask on. I put it like this. I try to respect everybody. I don't care who it is or what it is. what the case may be. If I'm sick, I don't want to be around other people. That's just me. Because the fact is, I don't want to get sicker, and then I don't want to pass the germs on to nobody else. So if you're sick, stay your ass at the house. That's the best thing for you to do. I don't care who it is or what it is. Stay home. Try to, get well. Don't be trying to pass it on to nobody else, regardless of what. They might get it to the point where everybody have to wear a mask and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. So you need to learn how to wear the mask and how to be clean, wiping stuff, or whatever the case may be. Just trying to be clean regardless of what. Like, it's just so much stuff that's going on in the world that we have to really follow these guidelines in order to make things better. I know that it's anxiety that's built up in a lot of different people, and you just get mad and you get upset, and you just don't know what to do. And when it comes down to something like this right here, you're just gonna have to follow the best protocol for you as well as for your family. Like with me and my husband, regardless of what, we wiping down things. We try to stay safe or whatever the case may be. Do whatever that we got to do, and then that's it. All of this other stuff going here and there, you don't got to go there. Get what you're gonna get. Now, I'm not always for the way that the laws of man have done, or they continue to do, because I had some scratch offs earlier, and I had them, so I said, look, I better go and turn these things in before they don't be, no good. So I walked to the store, and I was able to turn in my scratch off, and other people were buying scratch off. Like, they want you to not go out and be traveling for non-essential stuff, but then they still have non-essential stuff at different stores in order for you to be able to receive. That go for cigarettes, beer, liquor, just all of it. This stuff is not essential. The reason why I say it's not essential is because some of the fact is the only essential things that we're supposed to have is food, water, and shelter. Now, don't get me wrong, and clothing too. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure if you're at a home and stuff like that, you already got enough clothes at the house anyway. So we're going to scratch that off. You have a home that you have to live in. You got to have water. You don't got to have no gas in your car because you ain't got no business going nowhere. You can, within that, it's like Instacart, Ship, all these different things that could be able to bring stuff to us or whatever the case may be, because they say this stuff is airborne. I was talking to a friend the other day, and she said, no, that's not airborne. Then I go back on the CDC, they saying that, hey, yeah, this stuff is airborne. It can live on these surfaces, on shoes, on this and that. They're like, you just really don't know. So the best thing to do is I just treat the stuff like as if it was airborne. And the reason why I say that, and I don't put the point that saying that I'm going to walk around with no mask on and all this other stuff. Cause first of all, I'm a big woman. I can't hardly goddamn breathe as it is. So with that being said, I'm going to keep myself clean, build up my immune system. My immune system, that's my lymphatic system where I can breathe and back and forth and stuff like that. Regardless of what the situation is, you just got to be safe. You just got to do the best you can. We can't cheat death. If it's time for us to die, we're going to die. That's how I look at it, regardless of what. You can't cheat death. If it's time for you to die, you're going to die. But you do have to have common sense. And your common sense tells you if it's not for you, you don't need to go out because you don't know what somebody has or what they got going on and stuff like that. So with that being said, it's best for you to just stay home and be safe and, clean up in the area that you're in. If you need something, you can reach out to family members or loved ones or a friend or something or whatever to try to make it seem to get whatever that you need. I just don't see no use to you getting out, causing harm to yourself or your children or anybody else that's around you. Don't be selfish. With that being said, regardless of what, we got to think about the point that, hey, this is not essential. They going out doing this. I even down to the point, I'm a truck driver. I see semi trucks traveling, taking cars back and forth, wood and stuff like that. What the hell you need wood for? If you already got a home and stuff like that, they should be building business and stuff like that. That's the thing. This is why you have the uproar against other people. Like, people are thinking. They're thinking with their mind like, hey, listen, what you need tin for? You ain't building nothing. That's not essential. You just got to think about the logic of it. Food, water, shelter, clothing. Those are essential items. Now, with the point of them talking about shutting down the point that people are fishing in certain states and stuff like that, that's just beyond me. Like, I don't understand that situation or what they are thinking about when they're doing that, because you got to think about it. Some people only just like eat fish or fish and vegetables and stuff like that. Our creator created the water and the fish and stuff for us to eat. So you're gonna try to take it away from us? That don't make any sense. But hey, you know what I'm saying? We're going by man's law, so we have to do exactly what they tell us to do. And if you know you don't have the money in order to pay for these fines and stuff like that, don't get yourself out there in amongst that, because it's not even worth it. It's not worth it. I'm just saying, it just doesn't make any sense. If you got a job that you have to go to in order to make ends meet, or whatever the case may be, nobody don't know your struggle. They ain't gonna help you. They say they is. But eventually, you get further and further behind, and people get so anxious about that, and they get upset about it. And, I couldn't imagine if my kids weren't grown. Right now, even though my kids are grown, I still worry about, what they have going on. But I do know that they have money to come in to help them, and they better use it for exactly what they need it for. They go for anybody. I don't care who it is. It could be my mama, my grandmama, my brothers, cousins, or whatever. Use the money that you get for whatever that you need. Don't be out here buying no other stuff, because it's not even worth it. It's not worth it. If you don't have it, then you're gonna put that burden on somebody else. Get the things that you need. Cigarettes is not essential. Hair weave is not essential. It's not essential. Alcohol is not essential. Some of the foods that we eat is not essential. We can fast. I fast every day. Intermediate fast, basically, or whatever. Drink enough water. Build your immune system up. Don't sit back and have this pity party. Like, we are African American people. We are emotional people. We'll have sympathy for a situation because it seems so drastic, but reality, we'll look over the reality of it. Somebody said that something earlier about a child passing away with the coronavirus. We have people that's out here that's killing kids because they don't want to have them, or they don't had it with somebody else's old man, or they done got raped and all this other stuff. So you have to think about the whole big picture before you have sympathy for every situation. No, you don't want nobody to die from this virus. But at the same time, regardless of what, we can't cheat death. If it's time for us to die, it's just the reality of it. It might not sound, good, sympathetic, or whatever the case may be. You did what you could do in order to try to prevent it. We just have to accept it, regardless of what. Acceptance is the best thing for anything. That's go for me, you, anybody. Regardless of what. Do what you're supposed to do, and you shouldn't have no problem with it. If you do have a problem with the things that you can't change, there's no use to you trying to stress about it. I had to learn that the hard way. When it got to the point that I was started doing things that stressing about things that I couldn't change, I had to let that stuff go, because some fact is I can't change another individual and how they think and how they feel. I can only do it for myself. I can inspire you. I can tell you, hey, listen, think of it this way, or do it that way, or whatever. But it's still up to you. Decide to do whatever you want to do, regardless of what. Take care of yourself. Empower yourself daily, period. I don't care what it is. You have to do that. There's so much pollen that's in the air right now. So many different people are going through the point of congestion and all this other stuff. If you drink a lot of water, try to flush all those toxins out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we done build up a lot of mucus and stuff, that's mucoid plaque that's in our walls, our cell walls and stuff like that. So we have to fast, and we have to keep our immune system built up. But you also got to think about the point that when you stress, you make it be like stagnant there, and it doesn't move, regardless of what. Like, you don't want to allow stress to kill you faster than whatever that's really ailing you. So, hey, listen, you have to take control of that. I know it's a lot that's going on. People are going through so much, or whatever the case may be. It seems like to me it's getting worse faster than it's getting better. Regardless of what the situation is, do what you got to do to try to help you. If you can help somebody else, then help them. That's the best way to be, regardless of what. Give people positive energy, positive influence for them to do, what they need to do. But the main thing is, if they're telling you to stay at home, stay at home. Because you don't want to pass these germs to other people. You don't want to contract germs and stuff like that. So with that being said, stay at home. Y'all have a good night.